It's the following morning, and I can feel Jeff in my bed, his front pressed up against my back, with his breath fanning across my neck. I find this position with Jeff real safe. I sigh in comfort. I hear footsteps heading towards my door. I start to panic. Jeff, get up. My mom or Gabe will be up here any second. 5 more minutes. Jeff, now! I whisper louder. Rose, honey, who are you talking to? My mom asks while knocking on the door. Just myself, Mom, I yell back. Jeff won't get up, so I resort to smacking him. He immediately shoots up, in pain, holding his left cheek. What the fuck was that for, Rosie? Jeff yells at me angrily. I don't even get to warn him before Mom and Gabe burst in the room. I look at Jeff to see him reaching in his hoodie. He pulls out a knife and lunges at my mom. Jeff, no! I shout and tackle him to the ground before he reaches my mom. She's going to call the cops. While saying this, he tries to get me off of him. I look over to see my mom with her phone. Mom, listen to me. He won't hurt you if you put the phone down. Please, Mom, don't turn him in. I guess she heard the pleading tone in my voice, and she put the phone down. Now, Mom, you go downstairs, and I'll talk to him, and we can all sort this out. Fine. Gabe, let's go. They finally leave my room, and I get off of Jeff and look at him. Jeff, you need to promise me not to hurt my mother or her fiancé. Why should I do that? They just try to turn me in. I promise you that they won't. Now, we need to go down there and explain, okay? Fine. I can tell that Jeff isn't looking towards this. As we walk downstairs, he's playing with his sleeves. I see Mom and Gabe sitting on the couch when we get down there. Mom, Gabe, this is Jeff. Jeff, this is Mom and Gabe. They all just stare at each other. Mom, I need you to promise me that you won't turn him in, along with Gabe. As I say this, I see Gabe smirk. Luckily, it went unnoticed by Jeff. Well, Rose, I hate to break it to you, but I already called. My eyes widen and Jeff lunges with his knife. I don't bother to stop him as he digs his blade into the heart of Gabe. He has blood spurting out of his mouth as my mom's crying. Why? Why didn't you stop him? My mom hiccups. I ignore her and I hear Jeff say, Go to sleep, to Gabe one last time as he slices his throat and guts him. I hear police sirens in the distance and Jeff starts to panic. I look over at Jeff and we run up to my room. Jeff, you need to get out of here. Jeff walks over to me slowly. I'm not scared of him. He's done it before. He cups my left cheek with his hand as I look at him panic. I'll be back tonight. Stay safe. I'll be all right, he whispers to me. Before he leaves, he bites his bottom lip. I watch intensely as he walks out of the window, opens it, and jumps out. Be safe, Jeff, is all I whisper before I slip into unconsciousness from stress. I was in a field of flowers. The sun is shining brightly, and the sky was a bright baby blue. I look down and see that I'm wearing a white dress with a golden sequins top. I walk around in the field of flowers, only for the sky to get dark and gloomy. What's happening? It was just so peaceful. All of a sudden, a bright flash startles me, and I start running, hoping to find a place where I can take shelter for the evening. I come across an old, broken-down home, but I guess it'll have to do for the night. The smell of rotting flesh is the best way to describe the smell of the house. I walk up the stairs of the house, only to find a blood trail to a room. I follow it, hoping that whatever lays behind the door isn't dead. I take 4 deep breaths and open the door, only to be greeted with a horrific sight. Right there in front of me was a family ranging from the ages of 6 all the way to 32. There were 5 bodies, all of which were stabbed multiple times in the chest. Their throats were slashed, and their innards were all tangled and mixed together in a mess. But on each of the bodies, there was one single bloody rose. Come to think of it, the field I was in only consisted of roses. I look up at the wall and see, in the victim's blood, the words, Bloody Rose. I start to get scared, so I look down at myself to see something I wish I never have to see again. On my dress were bloody handprints and streaks. I was covered in blood from head to toe. Ah! I let out a shrill-sounding scream and run out of the house, only to see even more bloody bodies. I break down and fall to the ground, crying, thinking, why did I do this? This isn't me. I get up and run. I run away from everything. I look around to find myself back in the field of roses, drenched in sweat and blood. I stare at the sky. I hear a low, deep chuckle coming from the woods, and I quickly look over. I see a figure emerging from the woods. He was wearing a suit. What would a businessman be doing out here? I thought. I haven't seen his face yet, since he's covering himself with shadows. But when this mysterious man walks out of the shadow, I scream. This man is faceless. I hear some static and a loud screeching noise before everything goes black. I wake up from my dream, or should I say nightmare. I look around and notice I'm still in my room on my bed, but Jeff is nowhere to be seen. Didn't he say he'd be back tonight? I really need to focus. He's probably out killing, of course. He'll be back after that. Now, what I'm worried about was my dream. What did it mean? Why was I all bloody? Was I all bloody because I killed those innocent people? Was I Bloody Rose? Granted, I love roses, but I've never, ever called myself that. And lastly, what was that faceless creature, humanoid thing at the end of my dream? Maybe Jeff can answer my questions when he gets back. I have faith that he didn't get caught, but what if he did? I'm seriously worried about that. I don't know why I'm so worried. I mean, I should hate him, with him carving a J and part of an E into my collarbone, but seriously, I really need to get my sanity checked, and soon. I hear a slight thump near my windows, and I look over and I see a little girl with a teddy bear. I see this little girl randomly sitting in my room with a teddy bear. She has brown hair and a cut from her head that's bleeding badly, and she's wearing a pink dress. Before I get a chance to speak, she beats me to it. Hi, my name's Sally. Will you play with me? I really can't reject that cute little face. Again, right before I can answer, I'm interrupted again, but this time it's by Jeff. No, Sally, Rose can't play with you. It's too late. Go see if EJ or No Face will play with you. The little girl looks like she's gonna cry now. But Jeffy, you usually play with me, but you've been gone a lot lately. I miss you. Aw, I think I'm gonna cry. She's just too cute. Jeff looks over at me and sees my eyes watering. What the hell is your problem? I scoff. Jeff, she's too cute to ignore. You should play with her. I can tell that she really misses you anyways. Come on, you can't say no to that face. Fine, I'll play with her. The little girl known as Sally squeals and hugs me. Thank you, miss. You're pretty too. Thanks, Sally. Now go play with Jeffy. I smirk at the end of that while he's glaring at me. I'll kill you. Is all he mouths to me. By the way, lady, my teddy's name is Charlie. He likes you. Well, I like him too. That made her smile as she runs off to Jeff. Out of nowhere, I think to myself, he'd be a good father one day. Where in the hell did that come from? He would not be a good father. Why did I even think of that? Geez, I do really need to get my sanity checked. After an hour or two of Jeff playing with this little girl, she ends up falling asleep. I guess I should take her home. I'll be back soon, okay? Jeff asks me. Yeah, I'm cool with that, but when you get back, we need to talk about something important. Alright, I'll be back in a few. With that, he's gone. It took Jeff about an hour to take Sally home. Now we're both sitting in my room at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting ready for a very important conversation. I plan on asking him about my dream and hopefully getting some answers. I look at Jeff as he looks at me, and I suddenly get really nervous about this. Jeff, when you were gone, I had a really weird dream. Not the most pleasant one either. Well, Rose, what was it about? I take a deep breath before I continue. Well, I was in a field of roses, wearing a beautiful gown and all. Next thing I know, it starts to pour down rain and it's thundering. I pause to see his reaction. He just nods his head to continue. Anyway, I go looking for shelter for the night when I find this run-down house. I enter it only to be greeted with the smell of rotting flesh. I ignored and went upstairs to find a room to sleep in. Instead, when I got up there, I found a blood trail leading to a room. Pause again, and I notice that this part has caught his attention, so I go on. I follow it and open up the door to be greeted with a bunch of bloody bodies. Each of them were stabbed multiple times, their throats were sliced, and their innards were all mixed up and bundled up. By now, he looks like he's enjoying this. On the wall written in blood was Bloody Rose. I looked down at myself and noticed that I was covered in blood. I ran out of the house and outside and seen even more bodies. I ended up breaking down. I ran away and ended up at the field again. I just stared up at the sky, drenched in sweat and blood. Then I started to hear static. I looked towards the woods where it was coming from and noticed a man in a business suit. He was also freakishly tall. I couldn't see his face for a while until he came out of the shadows. His face freaked me out, only for the fact that he didn't have one. It was just plain white and almost as pale as you. More static came and I finally blacked out. That's where it ended. I look over at Jeff and it looks like he just shit bricks. I chuckle quietly. Rose, you just had a dream about killing people and seeing the operator. We need to go talk to Slendy. What? Jeff? Who's Slendy? He's someone who can help you with this mess. I really don't want you to turn into one of us. You are too innocent for that. I don't bother to reply to him, scared of having to murder someone. Jeff looks at me and smiles a sad small smile. Let's go to bed, baby doll. You have a lot of stress on you. With that, Jeff climbs in bed with me, while I'm laying there thinking to myself that my life is over. Good night, Rose. Good night, Jeff, is the last thing that I say, once again, before falling unconscious from stress. Jeff told me that tonight we're supposed to meet the Slender Man. I think I have heard about him once. He said that it's that guy in my dream. Jeff also said that usually when he shows up in people's dreams, he's planning on stalking and killing them. I'm just confused on why. Jeff is worried about this. Jeff went out to kill right now, so I'm taking a shower and getting ready to meet him. It's kind of hot out tonight, so I'll plan on wearing just shorts. After the shower and drying my hair, I decided to wear a white crop top shirt with a pair of black shorts with matching flats. For my hair, I simply put it up in a messy bun. I decided not to wear makeup. I heard a thud downstairs and walked down to see my mom. Ever since Jeff killed Gabe, she's been out having one-night stands. I'm getting sick of it, really. I'm happy that I can officially move out in a month. Jeff doesn't know this, but my birthday is on Halloween. I hear a second thud come from my room, so I know that Jeff is back. The funny thing is that my mom knows that Jeff still comes by, and she doesn't even try to arrest him, even though she is a cop. Tell Jeff, Rose, to stay away from me. I have no problem with that, Mom. With that, I walk upstairs to see him sitting on my bed, waiting patiently. You ready to go? I ask. All he does is simply nod his head. We just go down the stairs like normal people, even though he is far from it. Jeff and I have been walking for like an hour, and he hasn't said anything, which is really weird. Usually he's bugging the shit out of me. Then again, ever since I told him my dream last night, he's been acting strange. After another hour of walking, we finally came to a huge-looking mansion in the middle of the woods. Well, isn't this fancy? Is all I can muster up. Yep. Be warned, he may seem scary, but he's a major cleaning freak. We walk inside, and I'm greeted by Sally. Hi, Rose. I'm so happy to see you again. I giggle. I'm happy to see you too, Sally. Yay! I laugh as she runs off with Charlie. All of a sudden, I hear someone say, Welcome, child. I am Slender Man. Along with his voice came a slight static sound. I look up and see the exact same guy from my dream. So Slender Man is taking Jeff and I up to his study to talk. What do I call him? I think to myself. Slender Man chuckles. You can call me Slendy. And yes, I can read minds. Well then, that would have been helpful. Slendy just chuckles again. Now, Rose, about the dream that you had, I was in it simply to see who you were, not to hurt you or anything. Now, about the killing, you did in your dream, though. That may or may not come true. Let me talk to Jeff for a little while, though, if that's okay with you. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Thanks, Rose. No problem. I go downstairs to see Sally playing with 5 other guys and a dog. Sally noticed me and waves me over to join them, so I go over hesitantly and smile. All right, boys, introduce yourselves to Rose, Sally orders. That was actually really cute. I'm Masky, a guy with a black hoodie and white mask says, and then he continues, and that's Hoodie. He's shy. Masky gestured over to a guy with a yellow hood with his face being covered. I'm Eilish Jag, but you can call me EJ, says a guy in a gray black hoodie. Hey, sexy. I've been drowned. Nice to meet you. This guy happens to be shorter than me, and he's wearing all green and has blonde hair. I couldn't help but notice that he looks like someone from The Legend of Zelda. That dog over there is Smile. He's Jeff's dog, Sally says. I simply nod my head. Well, guys, it's nice to meet you all. You too, Smile. I say that with a smile. By the way, my name is Rose. What a gorgeous name for a gorgeous lady, Ben says. You can stop flirting with me now, you know. It's getting kind of annoying. That makes all the guys and Sally laugh, except for him. All Ben does is pouts. We all look up the stairs and we hear a door shut and 2 pairs of footsteps. Jeff and Cindy start to come down the stairs. When Jeff looks up, we both make eye contact. Sally notices and giggles like a little schoolgirl. Then again, she is only 6. Ready to go, Rose? Yeah, Jeff, just let me say bye. He nods his head and goes to stand at the door and wait for me. I look over at all the other creepypastas and smile. Bye, guys. Maybe I'll see you around sometime. After they share their goodbyes, Slendy teleports Jeff and I to my house. So, Jeff, what did you and Slendy talk about? I ask, eager to know. You'll find out soon. For now, let's just relax and watch the movies. I agree, and as soon as I know it, we're sitting there watching the Hangover movies. So Jeff and I just finished watching the movie Scream. Of course he picked it out, but I wasn't scared. I'm actually real good around blood and guts. Jeff doesn't know that. After the movie is over, I look over at him with a stern look on my face. What? Why are you staring at me like that? What did I do? I sigh. It's obvious what I want to know. Jeff, what did you and Cindy talk about? It looks like he's going to say something, so I interrupt. Now, Jeff, I deserve to know what it's about, since it is about me after all. Jeff sighs, knowing that he won't be able to get out of this easily. Fine, I'll tell you. Basically, Slendy said that if these dreams reoccur, then you either need to go see him daily for discussions, or you need to become a killer like me and the rest of the gang. And if you do neither, then at some point you will actually die in your dreams. My eyes start watering, and at the end of his short and brief explanation, Jeff, I don't want to become like you. I wouldn't be able to leave my mom since she doesn't have anyone. Well then, you'll have to see him a few times a week. I feel like there's something that he's not telling me. Jeff, is there something that you're not telling me? He looks real pained. Well, Rose, if you decide to do neither of the choices I just told you, you could be pushed to death from your dreams, like I said, or you'd have a chance of killing someone you love and care about. I couldn't help but notice at the end of that sentence, his voice slowed down and became soft. Jeff, I'd rather become like you than have to risk killing my mom or someone I love. At the mention of that, he looks like he just hit cloud 9 for some reason. Jeff, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I let the subject drop as I yawn. Jeff smiles when he sees that I'm tired. You should go to bed, Rose. You've had a stressful day. Yeah, Jeff, that's a good idea. I get really nervous as I look over at him, about to ask him a very embarrassing question. I notice that he's actually getting ready to leave for first. So I decide to ask quickly, Jeff, could you maybe stay here with me tonight? As I ask this, my face gets brighter by the second. I hear him chuckle, an actual chuckle for once. I'd love to, Rose, on one condition. You have to cuddle back with me and face me tonight. I look over at him curiously and notice that his face is slightly red. I giggle quietly and whisper, okay, Jeff, just for the night. With that, we walk upstairs together. On the way up, I couldn't help but feel like Jeff and I got closer somehow without either of us knowing it. I'm also 100% positive that this was when we first just met each other. We would have had died of laughter. When we get up to my room, I change into my PJs in the bathroom and walk out to find Jeff shirtless, laying on top of the blankets and looking kind of cold and lonely. I just giggle quietly. Jeff, you know you could sleep with me under the blankets, right? With that, he quickly gets up and climbs under them. I climb into the bed and get comfortable with them. I remember the deal we made, so I roll over and face him, chest to chest, and I smile at him. I feel him wrap his arms around me and pulling me closer to him in the process. We both get comfortable with each other when I whisper something strange. Jeff, for some odd reason, I feel really safe with you right here, right beside me, holding me. I hear Jeff let out a light hum for a response. I feel like I'm protecting something fragile that can break easily, if touched the wrong way. I also don't want to let go of this moment right here either. I look up at Jeff and do something crazy. I kiss his chin, barely missing his lower lip with my upper lip. Jeff tensed for 1 second, then immediately relaxed. Good night, Jeff. Good night, Rose. I look down at my beautiful Rose and smile. I will always protect her. She has made such a big impact on my life, and I'm not sure why or how she did it. I'm honestly scared that if I were to tell her, I'd either be rejected or not trusted. I'm really debating on just asking her tomorrow if she trusts me or not. I'll always protect you, Rose, my sweet, sweet, innocent Rose. I finally start to doze off when her bedroom door is burst open. Rose's mother comes into her room, shit-faced drunk, when I notice that she has a gun. My Rose protecting skills kicked in, and I reached for my knife. I feel Rose moving around against me until she wakes up. She sees her mother, nearly screams as a bullet flies right past her. Rose, if I end up killing your mother tonight, it's for your own good. I don't wait for the okay when I just lunge at Catherine. I will kill you, Jeff. Just watch. Then I'll kill Rose. My eyes widen. There is no way in hell that I would allow her to touch my Rose. I see a white face in the window and recognize it as Slendy. I was too busy dealing with the fact that Slendy randomly showed up that I didn't realize that Rose got out of bed, grabbed my knife, and was getting ready to attack her mother. I get out of my trance when I hear a scream. I immediately think the worst when I turn around and see that Rose is covered in blood and her mom is laying there, lifeless, bloody, dead. Did Rose seriously just kill her mother? What did I just do? Rose squeaks out before she faints. Jeff, she won't remember any of this tomorrow morning. She'll think that it was you who killed her mother. And she'll get her memories back around noon, so don't worry, and she's fine. With that, Slendy disappears, leaving me to pick up the body of Catherine and to put Rose back into bed. God, I hope she's okay.